Hey everyone, it's Grace with Uniquely Grace, Uniquely Grace Designs, and I am vlogging a little bit about my 5th practice window for window painting. I have these 3-panel sliding doors. There's one door, one stationary large window and one small window, and I have the same thing on the other side. So I have 6 total windows that are cleaned and ready to go. And I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the thing that I'm challenging myself with this particular time around. I'm challenging myself with time. I know I've got the talent with the paintbrushes. I've been painting my whole life. Like, that's not a problem. But I've noticed at the first 4 windows that I've done, I've had issues with how long they've been taking me, and my finickiness and my perfectionism shining through and taking a lot more time. So I want to challenge myself with something that's a little bit more comparative to people who are already out there on the market. And I've been following this content creator / window painter. Her name is Laura from The Painted Chicken. She's in Canada, and I have a live stream of her doing this particular window. It took her 55 minutes and 55 seconds to record this video, push play, walk up to the window, and start painting. Okay, now this is a 2-color painting. It's white and it's red, and this is seasonal. So we're looking at a couple of brushes she's been using. There's a few in there. It's hard to see because it's at night, and it's a vertical recording of the live stream because I think she did it for TikTok originally. So I've gone through the video multiple times. I've seen her do it in less than an hour. She's 4 minutes and 5 seconds shy of an hour. And I just want to see like how fast I can actually duplicate or replicate what she's doing, because in the season of the holidays, typically window painters get very busy. And if you can knock several of these out in one day, you're making some pretty good money. So I just kind of want to challenge myself, since it's been taking a while on my last few paintings where I've been fussing and I've been, trying to make it perfect because it's going in my portfolio and everything. But what's happening is I am not stepping back and seeing the big picture. I'm not seeing it from the roadside. I'm seeing it up close, and the details aren't necessarily all that important when you do window painting. It's to draw people in from the street typically that are driving by. So I'm going to go big. I'm going to go simple. I'm going to do 2 colors just like she did, the red and the white. I'm using the white latex. And the reason I'm using white latex is because it comes off easier. And then I'm using the red acrylic paint that I have. I am currently just moved here. My stuff's not here yet. I have hardly any supplies. It's pretty much what I brought in my suitcase, and a couple of things I've bought online that I had shipped here. So this is what I've got, and it may not be exactly what she used. I might actually have to do 2 coats of this, which I think she has a very thick, full-bodied paint for the red, and she only has to go over it 1 time, so that might add a little bit of time to my thing. So the other thing she has is she has a large flat brush. All I have is a semi-large angled brush, and then I have an oval brush that's even smaller. And the rest of my stuff is all detailed smaller paintbrushes like these. So my problem is replicating her technique with the incorrect brush. So that'll also be a challenge. I think I'm going to utilize this one. She really needs it wide, and she needs to be able to kind of bend it into like a U shape. When you push it against the window, it kind of fans out like that, and you need that shape to create the trees. So it's a winter scene with a bunch of stuff. I've written down everything that she did in this video, so I'm going to show you guys my notes for the requirements of what I need to duplicate this window, so I don't have to keep stopping and referencing the video. I want to be able to do this quickly, and I want to be able to time myself. So I need something quick and easy for reference. So here's what I've got. It's snow all over the ground in light rolling hills, 12 trees on the windows. Now her windows are not exactly the way that mine are set up, but I do believe it's very similar square footage. Okay, the linear feet of her windows versus my windows are very, very similar. So we have 12 trees, and these trees range from almost as tall as she is and to like ones in the distance that are itty bitty, but 12 trees. We've got the words season greetings written in red with white borders and reflections on them. So you can see I've actually already written on my window on the inside with chalk marker so that I can wipe it off. And that is my template. And she starts off with a template already on the inside window. So I'm okay with that. And then we have 7 stars, little tiny, shiny, streaky, bling bling stars around this lettering. And we have a red ribbon that flows in and out and swirls around the entire span of the forest of snowy trees. So that's it. It's white trees, white snow on the ground, red seasons greetings with a red ribbon through all the trees. So it's a very simple window. Again, 2 colors, so you're not continuously switching. And we're using larger brushes, and we're going to time it to see if we can do this in an hour. Or at least how close I can get, because I'm fairly new at these large scale paintings. And I would like to just compare myself. I feel like I have the talent to do this. That's not a problem. It's a matter of the perfectionism getting in the way and causing me to really sit down and like have issues with how it looks up close. I need to step back more. So let's get started. I look forward to sharing this journey with you. So come with me and see how I do. I am going to speed up the video so you don't have to watch it. If you want to watch how she does it, I'll just put a link in the description below. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe just to see the journey and watch some fun things get created. Okay, so I have no other way of showing you what time it is when I start except for doing this. It says 2:31 p.m. August 22nd. Let me drop that back into the house because I can't go in and out of this door very often with me painting on it. Okay, so this should be simplified, fairly easy. So let's get started. 2:31. I've already wasted about 30 seconds. So let's get going. First, she lays in her groundwork, and that she just did it really simply, and I don't want to do that. I'm so used to doing more detail. She doesn't do a second coat on this. She took a brush and went in, and she had probably a round brush. I don't have a round brush. And she went in and did little dots all over the window for snow. I have a square brush, and I am just twisting it into circles, trying not to become a pattern in any way. Little tiny snowflakes all over the window. A dauber or a stencil pouncing brush, one of the round ones, would probably be really good for this. Well, so next I'm going to go ahead and back up the red lettering with a white base. This is all written on the inside with a chalk marker, so it can be wiped right off just like you can on the chalkboard. So let me just put in the initial base coat of, and I want these letters to be nice and bold. So we've got that laid out. That's going to wind up being red eventually. Excess. Okay, let's get to some trees. Now, I'm going to just lay it out with the same brush. Let me just do that really quick. We're going to lay out the trunks first. And I think we'll have to do another small one over here just to kind of do a little one right here. So with a live stream, when artists put their stuff on a live stream like that, you can actually see them work from start to finish. you can see how long it actually takes them. And she has said in one of her videos that she doesn't go out for a job unless it's at least $200 to get out. Well, Canadian money, it's actually a higher value. It's like she said 285 at the time. The current, I don't know when that was filmed, and the current conversion rate is down to about 205 American. And we want to give time for these trees to dry. Another thing that I've noticed watching videos is learning how the order to do your colors and to do your techniques and stuff, so that by the time you go do something else, you can come back and it's dry. Because you don't want to work this at all when things are wet. So I know a lot of you follow me for furniture refinishing, which I am going to still be doing, but I currently don't have any of my supplies with me because we just moved and we living on an island now. We don't have our stuff yet. It's still in shipment. So I also don't have a lot of space in this house to do furniture refinishing. And quite honestly, I don't know if I want to dedicate a room inside the house and make the mess. I've been doing that for years. It is doable. I can do that once my stuff gets here. But I think I'm going to just do custom orders with people's, like at their house, like or in their work, in their storefront or something like that, where I can work on site for customs instead, because I kind of want to enjoy my home. You don't go over it twice is the key. I'm trying to apply the same amount of pressure that I originally applied. Make it as wide as possible. Just to be clear, I do not expect to beat her timeline on this. She is a professional and I'm just starting this larger paintings like these. But it is a good goal of mine. We're going to go take the red ribbon and intertwine it all the way through the trees. And imagine my husband coming home and being like, "It is August. Why is there Christmas greetings on our windows?" He's gonna laugh so hard at this. Thank you. I'm trying to see how fast I could do one now. So thank you so much. She said, "That looks wonderful." So that's awesome. No matter what type of artist you are, there are amazing things you can do in your journey to hone in on your skills. And I feel like I'm pretty good when it comes to detail paintings and attention to detail. And sometimes it's okay to not be so detail oriented. And from what I gather of all the videos that I see about window painting, the details don't matter as much, because the whole point of them, it's a marketing thing, right? To get people to pull over from their cars and come in and shop or eat. Sometimes it's about color combination, it's about movement, it's about visibility. Because they're marketing, a lot of business can justify paying for this kind of paintings. It brings people in the door. It's old school marketing, but it works. Even to this day, with social media being and the internet being very predominant in how we find the businesses we want to spend our money with, this kind of marketing still works. So a lot of you follow me because of furniture refinishing. I know we talked about this a minute ago, but what if you had fairly decent talent of painting and art, and you were in a vendor booth store, and you talked to the owner of the vendor booth store, and you told them that you would do their windows for a trade in rent on your vendor booth. I'm getting out my angled brush and my white. So I'm using my small angled zebra brush and my white paint. Ooh, it's good. It did not overheat, did not dry out. And I am going to come in and do a couple things. She has a very close but not complete outline where she's left a gap between the lettering, the red lettering, and it looks like it winds up looking like a faux black outline. And what it does is it creates the illusion that you've outlined it in black and white. Now she only does this on the lettering. She does not do it on the ribbon. Where it overlaps, I'm going to accent the top layer of them. So we're going to add a little bit of dimension there. This looks good, you guys, and my point is to not be fussy about the details. And I'm liking this, and I'm up close, and that's okay. That's what I need to teach myself, right? Pretty sure, and I didn't write it down, but I do think that she had some wind blowing around in the background that she had illustrated. So I'm going to go ahead and add that in really quick as I come back towards the camera and show you guys the entire thing. And you guys, aside from signing this, which she did not do in the video, she did not sign it, did not take the time, I believe, to do so. I am done. Done. Now let me show you the finished product. And now that you see that it's done, I'll get a full picture in just a minute. I'm going to go show you the clock. Refresh the page. It was 2:30 when I started, and now it's 4:17. I'm at right around an hour and 45 minutes. So, yay, not too shabby. Okay, so I'm hot, I'm sweaty, and that test was very, very interesting. So I did complete the windows. As you can see, there is red and white behind me in the Season's Greetings. I did get all my brushes washed and cleaned, and they are all in great shape. So I didn't ruin any brushes, so that's a benefit. Working in the heat like that in direct sun, the paint can dry quickly inside the bristles and it can ruin them very quickly. So it took me an hour and about 45 minutes. I believe I paused the video briefly at an hour 45 and then I zoomed out so you could see that it was completely done. I will get an overall photo and I'll post it in just a second. When you can see the whole thing and the blinds are open and you can see the whole design really well. I did go from about 2:31 on the clock to 4:17. So I was right on 1:45, 1:46. And I'm glad it didn't take me double the time. But even at 2 hours for 6 windows, basically Because these two side windows right behind these blinds are very narrow, those would be counted maybe as one window. So you're looking at actually 5 total windows for an hour and 45 minutes worth of work. That is phenomenal. I think that speed is actually good. I just need to loosen up a little bit and not be so finicky with all of my lines, because you're not looking at it this close. You're looking at it from the parking lot or from the street. So I need to make things bigger. I need to make things bolder and more simplified, as well as not have to worry about the details so much exactly. But I hope you guys enjoyed this challenge I gave myself and watching it, and I hope you enjoyed the actual finished product. So here you go. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment. Are you interested in window painting, or at least watching window painting? I'm thinking about putting more of this content on YouTube, and I'm also thinking that if you're interested, I can help you find outlets that I used to learn on, do the research that I did. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.